This is Leah Bales with the Soul Big Life Show. Today is part 2 in the mini series Game Changing Word Swaps. Today we're talking about switching out but for and in the middle of a sentence. This is a really great way to open the door to new possibilities and new ways of thinking about things and new solutions. So think of something that you would like to do, and there's some reason you don't do it. For instance, I would love to go to Paris, but I don't have the money. Notice the but in the middle of the sentence. I would love to go to Paris, but I don't have the money. If you change that one simple word, but, to and, the sentence is, I would love to go to Paris and I don't have the money. Do you notice that that feels a little different? How about this one? I would love to take better care of myself, but every time I do, I just feel so selfish. Changes to, I would love to take better care of myself, and every time I do, I feel selfish. Notice what you feel with those two different ones. I would love to go to Paris, but I don't have the money. To me, feels like a closed door, feels like the end of the conversation. As soon as we shift it to and, there's more room for holding both of those. I'd love to go to Paris and I don't have the money. Makes me think, what could I do? I could go to Paris cheaper. I could look for a cheaper flight. I could find a way that I'm working my way to Paris. I could find a way to make the money to do that. So it opens to that possibility. I want to take better care of myself, but every time I do, I feel selfish. Is something a lot of us feel sometimes at some points in our life. And again, when we say but, it's like closes the door. That's it, done, finished. Put an and there, and doesn't it leave you more curious to how that might happen? It opens the door to brainstorming and being creative and working with it. Oh, I feel selfish. That's interesting. How can I shift that a little bit? How can I help myself take good care of myself and notice that sometimes there are feelings of selfishness? They don't cancel each other out. When you put the but in the middle of the sentence, it cancels it out. When you put the and in the middle of the sentence, it opens up to more creative, more expansive ways of looking at possibilities. So think of it yourself. Think of something that you've been wanting to do, but you haven't done it, and maybe there's a reason in your mind. There's a reason. I want to, but. And just think of how it feels. Notice how it feels. Sense in your body how it feels to shift that same sentence. I want to, or I wish I could. Shift it from but to shift it to and notice what opens up. It doesn't necessarily solve it, but when you have that beginning of a door opening, you're not closing the conversation, you're acknowledging everything that's going on, and you're open to possibilities. When you live open to possibilities, possibilities want to come in your life. If you're loving the idea of going to Paris, Paris is probably wanting you to come there. If you're wanting to take better care of yourself, everyone around you is going to benefit from it. The things that you're really wanting to do that are calling you, even if there's a but holding you back, those things are probably part of your soul calling you forward. When you can just put the and in the middle and realize, there's a way with this. There are lots of ways with this. There are lots of ways to go to Paris when you don't have much money. There are lots of ways to take care of yourself, even if there's some feelings of being selfish. Lots of ways of working with that. I'm sure, I know, I have faith that whatever it is that you're wanting to, and there's some excuse for, shift the but to and see what happens in your whole way of being and in your sense of possibilities. I'd love to hear from you. What happens for you when you shift the but in the middle of a sentence to an and? And notice, I notice this every day, at least once, when I say a sentence that has a but in the middle, and I pause and just quickly shift it to and, what happens with that energetically, emotionally in your body? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for being here, and join us tomorrow for day 3 of Game